Hi all. So, welcome and like thank you for this opportunity, SPECANCIENS. I'm so grateful. So, it's, I'm here to answer all your questions. No hesitation. You can ask me to the smallest, to the craziest question. If you think like, okay, I'm here to answer. So when it comes to like, okay, if you are really planning for global education to any part of the country, like I'm here to help you and make you understand to my knowledge, so that we can have make it interactive. So please ask the questions whenever, and you can stop me and also ask the questions. So next. So I'll be discussing from the like what you can do from the day of your thought, what you want to do, what you will be doing, and what all you should be doing to go to your visa. Then after visa, what all required, and according to your academics, and after academics, what are the career opportunities you will be having here. I can discuss all this, and this session will be from your start of your thought of going to plan an abroad education to an a career opportunity where you can grab another country. So that all journey I'll be discussing. So next, okay, to all, I am Veda Samhitha K. So I'm currently working at Capital One as a data engineer. I have completed my master's at Texas A&M University, and I currently stay in Texas, mostly Dallas. So, so for the introduction, so to explain, if you guys think why studying abroad is if your thought is like why should I, or like if you guys think should I go, is it valid enough, I always say yes, because you will have a great practical education here for sure. It will not be like something you are given something and learn and get it written in the exam. No, your classes will be just discussing an headline of the topic. The research work will be done by you, and you will be writing the assessments, not using any AI tools. And then like you will be attending the exams in that way. So more of practical education, because your professors will be from all over the world. For example, in my university we mostly had Korean and Turkish professors, so which is very different to study from there, and their perspectives of education and even IT will be different. So you will understand what all we can be written in the research papers. So in masters everyone should do a research paper for sure. Like and if you say like why have to go to abroad, like for personal growth, like you will interact with other country people, and you will have a personal growth. Then it comes to like independence. So independence is one thing, and research facilities at universities and professors which they provide under their guidance, and different academic styles. Every university has a different academic style here. Few will have like online exams, and few will have like all subjects should be done in an in-person exams. For few subjects you will not even have an exam, you will be just doing a presentation at the final of your semester. So different styles of academics you will be like dealing with, so that you will have a more exposure. And also you can expect from this call, like you can expect journey from like application to like getting a job, like career development abroad. So this is all I'll be telling. So next, so first thing first, when you start thinking of doing an abroad education, you have to, the basic first things you have to do is like give a time of at least 6 to 12 months Even you can do it in 3 months if you have everything planned. I'm saying from the day of graduation of your uh, bachelor's, from the day of your bachelor's, I'm saying that this timeline, if you are if you are planning it from your photo, so you can just complete your IELTS, GRE, all these exams, and then start your application process. So when it comes to like step by step, first you have to complete your entrance exams and your bachelor's education with at least above 65% to at least start the process. And in education purpose, and when it comes to exams, everything has a different cutoff marks, but the ideal time would be given as 6 months. If something goes wrong, like visa process or something, might you might feel uh, something is not matching up and I'm unable to catch up to the start date of the college, give that time. If you're already working in your after your bachelor's, if you started working to any job, so parallelly, I always encourage doing it parallelly. And the day you get a visa, you can shift from your job to the abroad education. If you are just doing your bachelor's, and then if you don't want to do any job and come here, plan it way before, because you might see some disturbances might cause in either receiving anything or getting paperwork done. So prepare for that. Always have a plan B. Like also like deadlines. And also you have we generally have three intakes here. The one will be the fall, which is in August intake, and then will be spring, which is January intake, and then comes to summer, May intake. Generally, if you are graduated in May, the bachelor's, if you can plan very very quickly, you can come for the fall intake. If you take that 6 months of time to prepare for exams, get the I-20, like everything, you can plan for your spring if it's immediately after your bachelor's. That is what a timeline I suggest. Then comes to like deciding your country which you want to go. And then like budgets plays a very very important role in abroad education. So always plan on budget. And always to receive an I-20. The I-20 is which you get it from the university. To That is an offer which you get to join their university. That generally takes after up to minimum of 6 weeks from your applying date. So plan accordingly like that. And again, visa timelines are different about, which we'll discuss later on. And average for each university you to apply, it at least costs 6,000 to 8,000. Each university differs. So you can, and when you are applying to universities, make sure you apply be ready with all your important documents, which I'll discuss ahead what all being required. And you can track the deadlines of the universities. Mostly universities close before 2 weeks of the start date. So this is all the application process and the timelines. Next. Okay. So language proficiency, when it comes to as you all know, English here is very very important. Not the grammatical English, like it is all about the fluency matters here. How? Because you will see a cultural difference. So the grammatical English is good enough, but the fluency always matters. I would always say fluency in English is always great, because our mother tongue is different. We will face few things which is very tough to talk. But yeah, you can talk fluently. No one is gonna check your grammar here, that's for sure. So when it comes to like exams, you also know that there are many exams, but generally GRE, IELTS is other, where every university accepts these two exams for sure. like if IELTS is for sure, like 100% universities will take IELTS, and you will have like Duolingo, TOEFL, and also PTE. Okay, if we discuss for GRE, GRE is all about like aptitude and English exam. So the good to have score is about 280. Good to have, and if you really want to like be in, like now this it's just always having good score. It's always above 3, no, 305. 305 is a score which I always suggest above 305, because you will get more universities, because the cutoff will be a matter to the issue. If you have less score, again you have to redo the exam or do all these things. It's better prepare well, go for the exams with very prepared things, so that you don't have to redo, because those exams are very costly. So good to have is about 280, and amazing is more than 305, so that you will have more opportunities. When it comes to with IELTS, uh, 6 above is mandatory, at least to apply to any university. Good, good and amazing to have is above 7, 6.57, 7.5, because they are for out of 10. And like IELTS is having like listening, speaking, reading, writing. These two exams are, I always suggest to write, because you'll have like most of 90% of universities will accept these two exams, so you're good enough to apply according to your scores. And then comes to at least start preparing for exams before, like it all depends on individual thing. So if you start, minimum very very minimum required is 45 days for exams, because you have to take more mock test, because you don't want to waste your money on those costly exams by redoing it. So if, okay, for chance, if you have given the exam and it did not go well, and your university, you might not get a good universities. If you fail, always I consider of retaking it. If you miss the minimum score which I said, if you couldn't get that, and like book test, like if you are start planning to abroad education, first book your exam, because those are very very competitive. You won't get seats to write them. So always book your test, so that accordingly you can plan backward and prepare, so that you can go before understanding, and then understand the test patterns, so that because I said both two exams are very different. English is common in both the exams. If you do well in IELTS and English, GRE will help you with the English part, and then comes to the aptitude, which you can anyway prepare well and practice more. And I always say you have many online practice mock exams, which are for very very free and cheap of cost. If you want to really have an interactive thing, they are also very at low cost, which you can do them. And when it comes to cutoff, every university will be having a different cutoff. So at least when you're because if the good to have score, if you have, the cutoff might not be a issue for you, because you have scored enough, so that you don't need to worry about the cutoff. And when it this is all I can say on language proficiency and requirements for applying to the universities on exam perspectives on for the mm, universities. If you have any questions while for what all been required, I can answer now.
Yeah, what about TOEFL, Samhita?
TOEFL is good to have 90 and above score, and it is for 120 marks. The exam is, it's all about again English. So for TOEFL, many universities don't suggest, like they always use IELTS on that. At current situation, I'm saying few years back, they used to consider TOEFL in many universities, but now that acceptance got decreased, so TOEFL and IELTS are very very similar. So yeah, TOEFL is good to have above 90. Few of my friends have had like more than 110 also.
Okay, thank you. And few of the universities as this languages, right? Like French or Germany, is it like important?
If you are going to those countries, their native exam languages should be known, and you have to have that proficiency in those exams also.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Do we get any scholarships like depending upon the merit score or IELTS score?
Yeah, we do get have scholarships based on merits, which we will discuss in the next slides. I can say very deeply on that. Yeah, good question.
Hi Samhita. So,
Hi.
is our profile actually important when we are applying for universities?
Yes, your profile is very, very important. Starting from your resume, your exams, your bachelor transcripts, and finances. It's all important. They will consider all this, like SOP, LORs are also very, very important. They university professors consider these very seriously. So you need to have all of them very properly before applying to universities.
Yeah, thank you.
We can go to next. So okay, for exams, as I already discussed, IELTS, TOEFL is for language, and all these exams are for graduate programs, like either for whatever courses you might be doing, like business, computer science, civil, all for all that you require these graduate program exams. And not all, okay, if I say in from last 2 years, not all universities mandated the GRE requirements. They are checking on IELTS mostly. So plan for as I said, 3 to 4 months for preparation, and ideally with the mock test, so that you don't waste time with the exams more, and you can apply to universities early. And when it comes to GRE, quantitative and verbal reasoning and are very core for GRE and GMAT. And SAT and ACTA for the undergraduate programs, because you guys are already in your undergraduate program, you don't need to worry on that. So there is no course specific. These exams are for all the courses, like as I said, all the courses and for all the universities. So and register early, so you can get your preferred test dates, so that you can plan it after your test. Give at least 3 months to your visa. Plan in that way. You can do your exams while you're doing your undergrad, so no worries on that. And keep test scores very ready. And you have this when you're writing your GRE exam, you can send your test score for at least 10 universities, I guess. And you can send it after completing your exam. You can see the score immediately and you can send it. Because if you are writing it on the computer based exam, you can send it immediately. If it's a paper based exam, then it will be a little different, but still you can send it for at least few universities after your exam, so that you might get a call by your you can get your I-20 based on your GRE score when you're writing your exam before you applying. So but for application processes to apply to universities, keep the test scores handy ready, so that you can apply to as many universities according to the budget again. So and know the score sending process, because as I said, GRE will allow for you. So before going to GRE exam, prepare a list of universities which you want to send scores. Don't So plan A, B, C. If you have scored above this, you will send for this universities. Plan B, this, and then plan C. Yeah, at least for every 5 to 10 marks, keep a different university list according to check the universities which will apply, which score will be good to have. Accordingly you can prepare and go for that. And IELTS is always after your exam, it will the results will be in a week, so accordingly you can apply for the universities. Tips for preparation is always mock test is what helps mostly, so that you don't have to uh, feel a new environment after entering the exam hall. Prepare as many as mock test. I have written IELTS and GRE, but I have given my IELTS in my situation was different. I have given it in 45 days. I've given my both the exams within 45 days from the exam date. So yeah, I was preparing ahead. You guys also can prepare ahead, give it book the test, and then only practice for mocks. That is what you can do. So this is for exam preparation, and also on exams required. If you have any questions, I can still take now. We can go to next. So visa stamping and biometric process. So when you are applying for the universities, generally we have these consulting firms. As you all know, consulting firms will help us with the application of the universities, because they will do the basic requirements if you're not aware of, because you might be too young to understand many things and timelines, and you might miss and you might waste time. So consulting firms help on these. And when it comes to considering a consulting firm, consider a consulting firm which you might have known, at least some of your friend have done there, or the universities they apply, because you all know universities are applied based on your merit, but still there is some you can apply through consulting firms also. So yeah, consider a good consulting firm before starting your uh, process of going to visa. So all this, so when you apply for your university, you will be receiving an I-20. So you will always go for an visa interview after you receive an I-20, which is the admission letter from the college. So that is you will be going that. And so when it comes to application process for the visa and stamping, biometric, so for you, you will be filling the DS 160, which costs about $185, and in Indian currency, it's 16,000 rupees to up to book a slot for a visa. I'm saying this for booking a slot for a visa. After you get a slot, you will be paying another service fee, which is around $350 for now. So that will be around 30,000. So that you can go for the visa interview and give your interview. So as if you might be understanding, there are two things. DS 160 is to book a slot, after which you do after you are receiving an I-20 and you decide to go. And service is what, when you book a slot, when you are going for visa, then you will be doing that. So that is something. When it comes to like after slot, like be, if after slot is booked, prepare every good documentation required, like everything. No, if someone says you might not need it, don't consider that, because you will need it. You don't know, don't fall in a situation where you might not have a documentation and you might lose that visa interview. So don't do that. So visa stamping is that you, biometrics is just you go give your passport, they'll click your photo, and they'll just take your fingerprints, and they'll check your history. That's good. They won't be asking you anything. What all need to be carried is I-20. Then it comes to like bank statements, loan papers, and CA papers, and then comes to form 16, I-20. Then comes your passport, address proof, and ID. We have 5 consulates in India. It's in Delhi, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata. So you can, according to the visa slot you get, think going to the visa slot also on budget, because if you if you have less time you have to fly. Again, it's a costly thing for many people, so plan accordingly. Always have a plan B when you are booking your visa slot. If you don't get your slot or something, because it's all on the time frame which you are which you want to come to the university here, always have some plan B so that you don't feel bad after something goes wrong. So always be prepared. So before visa, we must be going to biometrics. No question and answers will be asked at biometrics. And for visa, yeah, they will be asking your all your documents. They'll be asking your I-20 passport, which should be handy. You have to give it to the visa officer, and then according to the questions, you will be providing the documents. Be prepared with all the possible questions. I don't want to go by like one by one. You have many, we have many basic questions, like how can you finance your uh, education, what are your parents doing, when will you be coming back, what you will be doing there. These are very few basic questions. Be very prepared so that you don't have to like be tensed. Visa officer will be friendly enough to ask you a few questions and listen to your answers patiently, so that you don't have to like be get tensed and do something wrong or answer something wrong which you're already aware of. So yeah, prepare mock. Visa mocks are also will be provided by consulting firms, and you have online material a lot, so that you can prepare. Don't like uh, take a paper, write down the question, write down the possible answer you will be telling. Don't change your answer, like you listen to someone and you change the answer. No, don't do that. Every situation and every student and everyone's background is very very different. So write your own answers. No, do not like do not do anything which is not correct. Do not fake any documents. Provide all original documents, because if after visa is done you might think, okay, I'm good enough, but here immigration team will be checking everything. Your university will be checking those documents, so be very correct with your documents. Yeah, you will be having your cousins here who will guide you enough, and there is a lot of seniors also who can help you with what all be required. But yeah, basic documents are this: loan, CA papers, form 16s, bank statements of at least last 6 months, amount, how will you be funding it, and passport, address proof, IDs. These all are required for sure. Any questions, I can take it. For visa interview, always consider business casual attire to go for an interview. Don't overdress or don't underdress. Be very, very, very confident that you're not doing anything wrong. So be very confident. I can take questions.
What are the visa options for staying and working after graduation?
F1 visa is a visa which for United States you will be coming on, where you will be doing your 2 years of masters, and then your 3 years of work permit you will be getting for United States.
Okay, thank you.
Next, yeah, common visa interview questions. As I said, how can you support your education is most important question they will be asking. And how, what are your background, financial background. Visa interview is more about how will you be supporting your education through finances. So, and when you're giving your interview, confidence and honesty, like honesty are very very key during the interview. Prepare answers according to your academic goals, like what do you want to achieve by doing your masters, and how are you going to do the funding for it, and how you going to stay, where you're going to stay, what all you will be doing, and which university, which place. Be aware of the places in the United States which you are going, which airport you will be landing. So be very particular with your details and carry all financial proofs, like, and it should be very handy. If your visa officer asks and you will be searching your file, no, don't do that. Be very handy. Just there are different type of files also available for going for visa interview. There's like something like work, and there's something like this, you'll have all the pages. Yeah, you can go with that, your comfort. And dress formally, arrive very early, at least. You don't want to miss your big day of your life by stuck in traffic or doing something. No, arrive very early for biometrics and for the visa interview, both. You can book, if you don't get a slot, you can book visa interview one place in one consulate, and for biometrics in other consulate. And when you're answering, answer very clearly and directly. No long answers to the visa officer, it's enough. Give a short answer and very clearly, so that you no need to get across questions on the answers which you have given. So no, if you have any gaps, or if you have any low grades in your undergrad or any exam or anything, or on the program changes, if you haven't, you have done your undergrad in civil engineering and you're coming here for computer science, have a strong reason for that, so that you explain her very clear, he or her there, very clearly, that I want to do this, so I am very interested in doing this, so that's the reason I'm going. This is the pattern you answer all the questions, and explain the gaps. As I said, if you have anything, mm, and practice mock interviews, and don't feel nervous. Nervousness will make you answer wrongly, which you might have to pay up again a time of 6 months to do that again. You can get an immediate visa slot and you can go up here again, but you will have that mark of getting visa rejected. So plan properly, give proper mock interviews, be aware of visa officer expectations, because you will already know according to your background or anything. Don't panic. After your visa is done, you will be knowing if it's yes or no within within a minute there itself. And don't panic if visa is delayed. You can follow up. Visa is delayed is like you getting your passport to your home. If it is delayed, don't worry, you will be getting in a week, or you'll be go collecting at your the consulate which you have told that I'll be collecting there. Talk calmly, don't panic. Panic will create mistakes there, and then you will fall, you will have to pay up a bigger price for that panic which you have done. So always practice mock. And don'ts is like, don't be overconfident enough, and don't talk unnecessary to the visa officer, because which is not required. Even though your consulting firms will help you with what all documents and your financial status and which university you're going, how you're funding it, for every paper you carry, you should be aware enough what is there in that paper. Because if you give the visa paper to the paper, any document to the visa officer, and if she asks something and you're not aware on what is there on that paper, you will fall again. The impression will be lost. So don't do that. And when it comes to like confidence, only comes with honesty. The in visa process, confidence comes with honesty. That's the simple thing. Because if you are worried of something doing, then you might look worried or tensed. Don't do that. They are very friendly. They don't want you to. They are always encouraging also. Whatever you listen on the social media platforms or on the uh, news is for the illegal people. It's not for the legal people. We come legally. We come on our visa. We come on our proper I-20s. We come very legally. So don't be worried of anything because you're not doing anything wrong. Don't be anything worried. That's a thing. I am open to questions. I might miss something, so you can ask questions. No questions.
What are the things we should consider while choosing an university?
Location and your finances, because if you're very good at and you have scored very good, and you might get a very good university, but it might not fit in your budget, uh, consider another option. And in United States, every place is cost difference. If you are choosing a university at East Coast, and if you are studying there, it will be little on expensive part. And it is when you are selecting some universities in central or west, southwest or that part, it will be little pocket friendly. And again towards the west, on the California side, again it will be little costly on your pockets. Little, like, again, I can't say according to your budget. You have to decide the university, because in online you can check, I guess you can online you can check what and where you can do the, what is the fee, what all requires on cost of living of that state, where you can stay, how far is the university from the place you stay. These all matters. So decide university on all this aspects. And according to your scores, your GRE, IELTS, your undergraduate, and your finances papers and SOP laws which you submit to the universities, that will also give you an additional benefit. Like, they'll judge according to that and give you the I-20. Will you be able to sponsor it or not? And when you're going for the universities, when you're applying for the universities, go for the universities which are like, prioritize the which fits in your frame, not on the hype or not on the fame of it. Prioritize which fits on your uh, frame, like what goes well. And always before going to visa interview, I know your university professors names, what subjects they will be teaching also. Because you can just say to the visa interview, I want to do research on more about so and so topic under so and so professor. So that's the reason I'm also going to that university. You can talk like this. Any more questions? Because that's the important day which will decide of your study abroad thing. So I can still take questions. Okay, next. Okay, when it comes to scholarship, as merit-based scholarships are provided. Apply for scholarships when you're applying for the universities. on the portals, you can apply for scholarships simultaneously. Many universities apply on offer merit or like need based aid for the universities which are applying. Also, few private NGOs and alumni bodies also offer niche scholarships. Those are very little like, and prepare a standout SOP, which is very crucial for your scholarships. The SOP will and LORs are very, very important for your application process. So, and track the deadlines. Generally, the scholarships will will close before the admission dates only. So track those deadlines. They are often earlier than the admission dates, which you will be applying. Be ready with your academic excellence proof that, and how you will be using the funds. And there are many university which have semester based scholarships. If you have not received a scholarship in the initially, after coming here, you can apply for the next semester. So yeah, scholarships are provided in almost most of the universities. And public universities and private universities, there are two types of universities. I always suggest both the universities will have scholarships. Public universities will provide little more scholarships, to my knowledge. That's and eligible criteria will only be your merit on your exams and SOP. And there are country specific and and university level scholarships also, according to the local government also depends on the scholarships. Few universities give you 75%. If you do an on-campus undergraduate program, your 75% fee will be waived off. So that is a good thing if you have your undergraduate a graduate assistant as an job. That also you can apply from your after you get your I-20, you can apply for that. That's an on-campus job. So you will have a 75% of way off of your fee, which is very pocket friendly for you. That's a good thing to do, and I always suggest to do. Next, so accommodation and the process of it, we always have on campus dorms are where we stay in the university, like and off campus housing is something where you lease out a house or you share an accommodation where already seniors are staying. Generally it's where you can find is, you will have an international student association group. After you receive an I-20, a person in your international student office will join you to that group, where you can join that group and post for the accommodation. That is where one major uh, place you get an accommodation here. Generally people nowadays universities international student programs are being very friendly. They are doing this the moment they issue you an I-20, they will contact you and they'll let you know that these are the places where you can stay, these are the places where you can work. They'll know after your visa, the visa and everything processes, so that they can provide all these things for you. And if not this case, you have Telegram, WhatsApp, Facebook groups, and there are few websites like Eksati, Suleka. All these provide the accommodations. I still search in these groups. So yeah, this is all on campus and off campus housing where you can stay. On campus of housing will be little expensive than off campus, and the leasing process will always be for 12 months. If you go for a lesser month lease, because you will be studying for 24 months, there you can go for a lease agreement for at least 12 months. So when it comes to rents and everything, it depends on the state which you are living and the university where the university is located. If the university is not located near the main city of the state, not so it will be little less costly. I would say if you go for a one bed and you a one BHK house, you two people can stay. It will be around 1,050 to 1,500 according to the place per month rent. If you two people will be sharing, so you can it will be around that. Rent is something which will be most bigger burden for you than rest all things. So always choose something which is not a burden for you to pay. And this is all on accommodation process. And lease agreements and all these can be done, and they will be providing you all the details. They all require an I-20 date and a passport. These two are enough to give you a house, so don't worry on that. Your I-20 and passport are enough. Next, so the finances, the most important topic. So cost of living, which varies monthly according to the state. 500 to $800 is what required, including rent. Rent is a bigger burden. Rest all will be enough. And if you are like for subject wise or semester wise, here we'll have like credit base. For each credit, the university starts charging you from $950 to $1,300 per credit. We will be doing like 30, it depends on university, generally 30 credits to 36 credits, which we'll be doing in our masters, which is around 12 subjects. And you'll have like core subjects and credit based subjects, and these all will be different. So basic university and loan funds required according to your budget. I would say few universities you can complete your masters in 20 lakhs, and you can go up to like 50 to 65 lakhs also, according to the university you select. And the place matters a lot, in which state you are doing it. So this, and always have emergency funds. Insurance is the important thing. The day you land, you should, university will provide you an insurance until you are in the university, so don't need to worry about that. That will be included in your fees, so no need of insurance worry. And you will have a cheaper grocery and public transit options everywhere. So grocery is, it adds up to just $100, from $60 $70 to $100 every month. And many things will be provided by your university freely, like from books, library, few stationery items and pantry items will be provided by your university. So no need of uh, thinking that too much. Yeah, and there will be seniors everywhere who can help you with overall. And be carry, when you decide to do an abroad education, you should have very strong, mentally strong. You don't be, you should not, after when it comes to finances, you come here and you might think, why am I doing this? No need to worry on that. It all pays off, so don't worry. And always have a strong mentality, so that you and manage your finances very well. If you are doing it to the first time because you have done just your graduate undergrad and you came here and you are handling finances, it will be little tough, because here you can easily waste money. But yeah, don't do that. Be very good with your finances, so that you can fit on your budget. And always have emergency funds, and have insurance which is provided. So this is what comes under budget. I can take questions now. And one thing, do not do any international transfers when you are here, when you are doing your masters. don't send money from here to India. That is something be very careful of.
Okay, then how can we transfer our money to India, like if we want to do that?
When you're doing your masters, how will you're not earning so much that you will be sending that money to India. uh, so you will be working part-time jobs on campus, which will pay only $10 to $15 per hour, and you are legally allowed only to do around 20, only 20 hours a week, which will that money will only be sufficient enough to have a cost of living here. So I don't suggest, and many people uh, might fall in an issue if you transfer money to India, like 100 dollars you can send it to India, but not more than that.
Okay, thank you.
If you want to ask any questions of recording, I can take it.
Ma'am, could you say what are the money making ideas we can do there?
It's only on campus jobs where you can get from teaching assistant to graduate assistant to working in a cafeteria, reception desk, doing a library job, desk jobs. All these on campus jobs, which are 20 hours per week, are allowed to do legally, and you have to do those only. That is the only money making thing where you can that money will help you for the cost of living on your expenses. It cannot support your education. That will be very higher on education. You can every month you can pay your rent, you can pay for your grocery and travel, transit, food, trips also. You can go for a trip in summer vacation with, you can earn that enough money with your on campus jobs, because it's, as I said, $10 per hour to $15 per hour is an on campus job, uh, which they will be paying you.
Okay, ma'am.
Next. Okay, universities. Okay, rankings vary by course, like and location. Don't rely on rank alone, because if it is ranking good and if it does not fit in your budget, you have an alternative option. So rankings vary on the courses also, and also field of study. You can use, there is a website QS World Ranking, which you can use to look up, and location will, so when you're applying for a university, the location of the university will impact your job opportunities, because in your masters in the last semester you can do an internship within 60 miles or 100 miles as max. If you are in some very rural area and there is no opportunity in your 100 miles, you cannot do that internship opportunity. You have to just do a subject instead of that. So always choose a location very good, which will impact your job opportunities later on, so that you don't uh, and also industry connections and research output. When on you can do that on doing some research about the universities, and also alumni, and also suggest I many people suggest public universities more, because they are little uh, budget friendly, and also they will have all kind of services provided, and also prioritize which fits on your uh, frame, your subject, what subjects you want to study, what courses you want to do, and what type of places you want to stay so that you can get a job accordingly, and everything according to these, go for the universities. What makes the university stands out is the uh, career opportunities in that surroundings is a bigger impacting thing than mostly we will be having career fairs where companies will come and say that we have an opening, you can just apply. They won't be taking interviews like in our undergrad program, they won't be taking interviews. That career fairs will help you to know in your state what all companies are there and where all you can apply for, and what all you can positions or what is going on you can apply there. And that is one thing where career fairs and location matters. And also your alumni will help you. LinkedIn has everyone uses uh, on LinkedIn suggestions, because universities also will provide their LinkedIn and opinions of the students and what on campus opportunities they do have, and also which university fits on your uh, course purpose and your uh, budget purpose vary, because every student has a different story of coming to United States. So accordingly choose the best universities. I would say all the universities will provide your research facilities. It vary on the cost. That's the only difference. All the education will be different on based on the uh, cost comes with and the location also. So do your research, check online portals on rankings. Just don't go by ranking. Acceptance rate of your application also matters when you're applying for the university. Then only you can contact, because if you apply for the university and you don't, you might not be eligible, the application fees will go waste. So choose your finances and your academics, your IELTS score, GRE score, TOEFL score, your undergraduate marks and everything, and then apply for the universities accordingly. And because the cutoff for every university is different, as I already said, good to have and better scores are different. So if you have a better score, many universities you can apply, and then you have a chance to select what university and what place you want to go accordingly. That is how use you consider a best university. Student welfare activities and like scholarship providing all will be there, will be guided by your student welfare associations. You'll have mostly like international student association clubs. You'll have country specific student association clubs also, where uh, you won't have like much seniors. There'll be just 1 year seniors who will be helping you in everything. There will be like cultural clubs, so that you beat the homesickness and you can build the network with the people of different countries who are staying here and studying with you. And you can interact with your undergraduate students, and you can interact with your professors, and you can interact. So student welfare is clubs are very engaging here to beat your homesickness, because you might feel homesick. So, and also attend your orientation day, which helps understand uh, complete support system of your university, and use your university counseling. And you also have mental health services and physical health services by your university on your insurance. So make use of them all. And don't, if you feel your universities will be amazing here, You will have sports clubs, art clubs, academic interest groups, libraries. Everything will infrastructure will be amazing. So make use of them. Stay near the university. You can go to university 24 by 7 to explore all every inch of university. So and also participate in student and government volunteering. You will be having those. And also you can explore, find cultural and regional communities. You will have like many regional communities are here and everyone is welcoming here. And events like international student day, you will be having that every semester. So attend them. Like the only thing you guys have to do in your masters is enjoy your college. That's the last time you will be enjoying your college life. And make sure you make use of it everything. And there are PR mentoring programs also, which will guide you as a new student, because you don't feel overwhelmed or feel anything. There are mentoring programs. And you'll be having hackathons, fests, workshops, which are not in a bigger number, but small networking sessions will be always happening every day. If some or the other student activity fest, or not fest at bigger amount, I'm saying for 50 people, 60 people, will be happening in the college every day. For some or the other reason, the colleges always encourage for networking, so always do that. And when it comes to uh, be very careful. Always report any harassment or discrimination at your student level to your student services, and be very careful with that. And you can also apply, also do the student, you can apply to the student groups when you are in your after your visa done, so that you can just come and join. Cultural communities and cultural programs are always happening. Every week there will be something happening. Colleges are, masters is not to do some is not about something like studying. It's about upskilling and also networking. These are the two big things. Build your network with your professors. Professors are very interactive. They if you go near a professor and if you want him to talk, he'll talk. That's how simple they are. So that's all depends on you, how much you want a networking, so that you will build a network properly. And when it comes to mental health, I because you will feel homesick, you have your seniors, roommates, and your student services. You will have mental health services at off in your university for free. You can go take a counseling also, uh, which is very much only thing you will be having is homesick in the initial 6 months at least. So don't feel overwhelmed. Everything, it's just a time, it will pass, and you will be good, and you'll start loving the place you are living. So so these all are student welfare activities which are provided here in your at your master's level, in your master's education. So always like if you feel something is not good, something feels wrong, either like you can inform your international student association office. They'll take care of it, like something with racism, discrimination, harassment, or anything. You can inform them, they will take, and cops will also be there. So no need to worry, you will enjoy your freedom and independence. If you use it very correctly, you will have a very amazing master's life. You will enjoy your university very good. The infrastructure, the services they have, the sports clubs they have, everything. In my college we used to have horses, goats, and everything also, to go meet them and have yoga with them. All these type of things were also been there in our college. And outdoor activities, indoor activities. You will have amazing infrastructure and library and cafeteria where you can enjoy all other types of countries food also. So student uh, so that it's the education part of masters will just be 10, maximum 10 hours of a week of a classes time, and you will be doing a 20-hour of your on campus job. Rest all time is here to for engage in activities and upskill yourself. So we can go to the next topic and I can take questions. So as I said, in your for United States, if it's a 5 years of visa, 2 years of your masters, and 3 years of your work visa. If you complete your masters early, also, you will only have 3 years of work visa. The work visa starts from your day of graduation, from within 60 days. So the initial 1 year is called OPT, and then the next 24 months is called STEM OPT, where in this 24 plus 12 months you can work here and get and also a transition of your visa can be done, where for United States you will be having three chances of your H1 visa. You can pick up, and if you get picked in lottery and if you have a good job which can sponsor you, you can transition, you can do that transition. But the minute you're out of your college, you have to follow everything legally. All rules needs to be followed properly so that you don't fall into any issue. And it's just when you're in last semester of your masters, start applying for your jobs. As I said, career fairs are there in your universities, and also you can apply to the companies by your resume. uh, just resume is enough uh, to in your by LinkedIn and Indeed is what most, and their own career portals of their companies you can apply and get a job. So post study, if n- now the situation is little tough because they on illegal because they want to eradicate the illegal people staying here. Legal people like us are also being affected. The rules are stricter, that nothing is going to happen for us because we are legally staying here, we have a visa, we have everything, so no one will come and do anything with your workplace or your work opportunity. Just that you have to be very careful on the opportunity you take. uh, Build a proper strong resume with and according to the job descriptions, and if you are interested. So currently research and credit systems, and in the university level we do not have to like do any of these because the job opportunities vary. Your career fairs helps, and also follow work visa rules, and also to good time management and to maintain good academics will help you to also manage your work life after you get a job. So that is one thing which I suggest, and upskilling is something you have to do every day of your life. So if you really want to grab an opportunity, currently jobs here are very very demanding. You can't just say that I know this two skills, I will do a job on this. No, they are looking for 10 skills, and there are people available with 10 skills also. So upskilling is something always you should be doing that every day. So current thing is like, if just a second. So, according to your subjects, according to your career interest, you can take your master subjects. So that will also help you add on to get your job. So, and also your credits, master credits will make a big impact on your job. Resume, strong resume. These two things will help you get land you in a job, and always Don't do something wrong and look for a solution then. Always follow everything legally. The day you land, follow rules. That's enough. You will be in a say, you can live happily here, no issues in any part of the country. So then that's on study work visa thing. If so currently, as I said, upskilling is important here. I'm working as a data engineer, and there is some data and full stack in Java or .NET are the two, are these positions are booming much. And civil is something also, all my civil friends are have landed jobs very quickly. And DevOps, Salesforce is also. These are the types of jobs which are currently booming in the market. Data comes under data analyst, data engineer, data scientist. Data scientist is something more comes with an experience of at least 5+ years. You should have 5+ years of experience. Data analyst, data engineer has around 1 to 2 years. Then comes 3 years, yeah. And full stack, Java, .NET. If you're applying new jobs, like if you're like first time applying for jobs, you have done your undergrad, came here for masters, and you don't have any work experience, be prepared for the roller coaster ride which you will be facing, which I'm saying because people are way more experienced, and the only thing you can do is like upskilling, give your interviews best, and have a certification courses where you can stand out in your because you are applying for that entry level positions which are very rare. Internships help. Internships will also transition to the full time job of 40 hours a week. In after your masters, you are allowed to do 40 hours a week. In your masters, you are only allowed to do 20 hours a week. Any questions I can take? I was listening.
Like, is the experience in India can be add on for the like working after the graduation there?
Yes. Yeah. Your after your undergrad intern experience, yeah, after your undergrad job experience, and your master's courses also will add up to land you here in a job. Your courses, your upskilling, and your certifications will help you landing up in a job. Don't, even when you're in your masters, when you don't write any assessments by using AI tools. Even you give a good prompt, it gives you an amazing answer, but don't put up an assessment. Same comes to your post study also. If you have anything for resume or anything, if you don't have it, don't like what you say, don't do that. You might fall into an issue, but yeah, be very careful. Now currently on which I say to upskill is like cloud. AI tools with ML also is something. If for uh, at least 1 year of experience, they are expecting with some AI tools, like from basic GitHub Copilot. I'm saying a very basic. At least you should. They are expecting in your experience. So yeah, always upskill. If you don't have an experience, upskilling helps. Interviews process are very tough here. So yeah. Any more questions?
Okay. And is it better to join graduation after our work? Like, if we do any work here in India and do graduation later, is that okay? Like, what is the best thing?
Current situation and off the record, I always suggest at least 1 year basic minimum experience here before you come here, because people here are faking to an extent where you can't even match up. If you want to stay very very loyal, you have to do, you at least have 1 year of experience so that you join an office and don't struggle with basic things. 1 year of experience is must and should is what I suggest. At least 6 months, 1 year, 6 months. If you have already completed, if you already have a very very good job there, do it for 2 years. Come here and you can complete your masters in 1.5 year and then get a job with at least 3 years of experience. With like masters internships also considered as experience, and your undergrad internship also considered, so it will add up to 3 years, and so that you can be a good fit in the market. I can still take questions if you want. I know you might be hearing it more and more on through social media platforms. I can correct you guys.
How did you manage your time with part-time jobs, college, and your social life?
As I said, maximum 7 to 10 hours of classwork. You will have classwork. You use your classes, and 20 hours of your on-campus part-time. That's 30 hours, and rest all time is yours. You should daily 1 hour you can upskill, and then you can have fun. Attend on I because I was staying in my near my university. I used to attend everything in my college, have build a network. I have a good friends of now, and also there is there is ample of time here in your master's time life, because the classwork and coursework is more of research based than go sitting in a class. For few subjects you don't even know your professor. Everything is done online on your portals. So the class work, the number of hours you go sit in your college class is max of 10 hours a week. If that is a last number of hours I'm saying. So you'll have ample of time. No need of social life. Is always, you have your roommates, you can chill on weekends. It's 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. Saturday Sunday is yours, and you'll be working for 20 hours. That's very less amount of time. So yeah, you will have ample of time, and you can upskill, you can network, you can study, you can do your coursework, you can do your part-time, and you can talk to your home for at least 2 hours a day. You'll have that much of time.
Okay, thank you.
This might be a silly question, but what if we fail a subject in a university there?
Oh, that happens very frequently. You have to just redo that subject, which will, you have to ask your bank 2 more lakhs or 3 more lakhs to do that subject again. So coursework is little tough if you don't do it in time. So yeah, you can redo it. Mostly it's not that tough that you fail, like our engineering backlogs. But yeah, if something might go wrong, you can just redo it. You will have time enough to do that. Yeah.
Uh, how do companies hire students? Like here we have aptitude, technical round, group discussions, and all. Do we have a similar pattern over there?
No, we they don't test your. It's pure technical interviews. At least 3 rounds of technical interviews with coding, and last round will be just a meet and greet. The aptitude and all these exams are not here. Assessments are given after you clear your first round of interview. A assessment of your companies will be rolled out, and then you can do that according to that merit. It's all coding, coding, coding. Because I am into data side, it's all. Uh, I'm aware on only giving technical interviews. Yeah, technical interviews at least 2 to 3 rounds. They'll check everything what they require. What you have is not counted. What they require is what all counted. So yeah, so technical interviews, at least 2 to 3 rounds of each 1 hour, and then comes a meet and greet round of at least 30 minutes generally.
Okay,
You
as we hear in social media, is it too hard to get a job?
current situation, it is tough. It is tough, I would say. So universities not will only help until your graduation. The day you get graduated, you're out of university. So use like most of the career fairs which you get on the universities is just to apply. They won't give you a job. So you have to do your own homework and hard work to land in a job. So multiple tools and most demanding technologies with at least 1 year of 1 to 2 years of experience they are looking for in the market. Yeah, the market now is little tough. My you can you will also have consulting firms here will help you. Placement companies or vendor companies will help you in landing a job to the client. So here you won't be working directly to the client. Generally how it is, I don't work, I work for Capital One. Capital One will be paying me, but I will not get paid. My bank statement will not be saying Capital One payroll from Capital One. It will be a vendor company in the middle. I work through a vendor company, Cognizant. So Cognizant pays me, and I'll be working for Capital One. Same typical how you will be there. So the you when you're applying for the jobs here, always apply for the vendor companies than the clients are not ready to take you directly on a student visa. Basically that's a thing. Yeah, the market is very bad now, and because of political aspects, it is mm, you guys are listening more than how it is originally. It is not the you are listening more than here it is. If you are upskilled enough, if you are confident enough and you can manage your job good and you have enough skills, you can land up in a job. So since upskilling is always enough, always required and needed, don't expect universities will help you for your for your job. They'll only guide you for an extent. Any more questions, guys?
You have said that you work as a data engineer.
Yeah,
So, what tools do you use?
I
Like,
work on EMR, AWS EMR migration. So my programming language I use is Scala, and I work on AWS services. That is what I am currently working on. I lead the team here actually in Capital One. I am working for, on the migration part. So for them, we are migrating the legacy applications on AWS. Yeah,
actually, I'm planning to make a career in data analyst. So, like, I'm a beginner. Can you tell me how do I achieve this?
for that data analyst and data engineer, there is a lot of difference. For data analyst, mostly you should be very good with SQL and tools like Power BI. For sure, must and should. I'm saying like must and should. So when it comes to like on cloud, many clients use AWS here, and few use GCP. Always have a certificate when you're upskilling. AWS certificate, Azure certificate, or Azure or GCP cloud certificate. And Programming languages on data side is Python, SQL. I am in Scala. So yeah, so that is what again it depends on client base, but must required is on cloud. Few use on premises, they don't use cloud. So that is a different story. Jobs here are booming only in health tech and finance. There are no jobs in other industries. No jobs. I mean, no. Only health tech and finance are having jobs. So prepare yourself with that thing.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
I can still take questions on getting a job, and then I can go next. We have Q&A session, but still I'm saying because the topic is now on that. Have certificates, guys. Cloud certificates are must required, and that is must should required. You can go next. So yeah, when it comes to curriculum and core opportunities, as I said, project work and course structures are based on your credit systems, assessments, and research is something you have to do in your masters. And for anything in your masters, do not use any AI tool, because you might get detained, which is not required. So just take the references and do it by yourself. And academic advisors always help you. And also, industry collaborations are done. As I said, career phase will be there. You won't have like lab sessions. It's just classwork and project and assessments. Assessment is plays major role. So specialization options are there, because I have done my masters mostly on data subjects. So I have chosen those subjects. You can choose in your masters which subjects do you want to study, so that you can go on your job site in that perspective only. You have that option and opportunity of selecting the subjects which you want to study. So make sure you use of it. Specialization options are also available at the university core subjects. That's all our subjects. You have to just select your subjects per semester. 3 subjects. Credit system is already, which we discussed, 30 to 36 credits, and each credit costs around the same thing. And hands-on experience, because your professor will not tell you what all is happening. He'll just tell a summary or even a gist of the sub topic. Every week he'll just meet you for 1 hour or 2 hours, so that he won't be discussing a lot of things on that. He'll guide you to do what all research you have to do. So that is one thing which I suggest. So uh, please do that. uh, Select your subjects very carefully and do the assessments. Take the sweet enough time. If an assessment is given to you, they give you for a week to submit it. 1 week is more than enough to do the research, give the answers and submit to the professor. Do not copy paste from your friends, roommates. Every answer should be different, and every perspective, they mostly check the way the perspective of the problem solving is more important. So always do your homework properly. When If you go to, I'm just saying, as consider it as lightly, if you don't listen to your lecture also works, but if you don't do your assessment properly, it will cost you. You might fail in a subject, so don't do that. Just be proper with your assessments. It's mostly on assessment based. Core opportunities are depend on your subjects and your interest. Accordingly, you'll upskill, so that you'll have industry collaborations and careers in that way. That's how the curriculum and opportunities are provided here. We can go next. Okay, part-time jobs and internships. As I said, legal work hours are only 20 hours a week in your master's time. You can only work 20 hours or less in a week in your master's. Uh, on campus, there are no off campus jobs, guys. We are not allowed to do any off campus jobs. Only off campus job you can do is in your last semester internship. On campus job is all the jobs in the university campus, where from a teaching assistant, graduate assistant to desk assistant to working for any department, front desk, cafeteria, reception, billing, everything is legally. You won't feel like working. You won't feel that treatment of not treating value at job. Here they value your work. Small job is also very appreciated, so uh, you don't feel anything bad about doing some job. You might feel off the record, I'm saying, uh, generally, um, do you if you are doing a food in your food business, if you are doing in a food business, and if you are doing a billing thing, they treat you as you do a graduate assistant job. The treatment and the work labor importance and is given very good, so you don't feel bad of doing any on campus job which is legal. Off campus jobs are always not at all encouraged and not at all allowed, and you should not do it on your master's time. Anytime on your visa you cannot do any off campus job which is illegal. That's end of the story. And you can find internships related on through on campus. If you do an internship, you can drop a subject in any coursework. So internship should be done in 100 miles from your university area. So the location of your university matters there a lot. That's accordingly you will get a internship offer. So that is one thing. And don't don't be in a, if you, I know everyone listens on social media and everything, that you can do here, you can do that off campus job, you can do this, that. No, I have never done that, and it is not needed of doing that. You will fall into a problem. And the after you land here, one tip I say is always get a credit card, which will help you build your credit history, where it will help you with many more other things. So get a credit card, use it wisely, because don't, because it's a credit card and you have you if you don't pay it again, it's a different story again. You'll fall in a trap of the finances, bad financing. No, credit card is required here. It will build your credit history, that will help you in some other things. According to your on the, okay, if you get an on campus job, you will be giving an ID called SSN, which is like PAN card in India. So that is required when you, after you land in United States. You, the initial I-20 is only valid until you land, and for a first 1 month. Then you'll receive another I-20 from the college called continued attendance I-20. Always carrying an I-20 and ID in your bag is very, very, very important. I still carry my DL and passport every day to my office also. So that's important. Be so if you do any on campus job, you will have this ID. If you do any other legal work hours are only 20 hours a week. No night shifts. No, no night shifts, guys. And also seniors here will help you a lot, because they know all the hardships. They will help you a lot. They will give you references for your on campus jobs, so no worry on that. Every college senior roommate, you will have this network. You can't be shy enough, you should be very bold enough and have a network. So yeah, that's how you have to be. We can go to next. So job opportunities, as I said, upskilling is important. Fields in demand is anything on AWS, and with additional tools to stand out. Job readiness is you should upskill, have certifications, have an experience. You get some support from career fair from the universities. So and also leverage LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the only thing which you can which will help you to land in a job. So LinkedIn, leverage your LinkedIn, build your network, have more followers from your university level and everything. So and also have like follow all work visa rules, which will help you to get a proper job so that you don't have any issues. If you do an on-campus job, as I said, you will have an SSN. SSN is a PAN card type thing here. That will help you get a. If you get an offer, you can join immediately. If you don't do an on-campus job and if you don't have that, you have to go for the SSN offers after you get your first job in your IT field or any field, which will again become a tough situation to join the job. So don't do things which will delay the process or land into trouble. So don't know that. Fields in demand, any tools with collaboration with AI, cloud is important. AWS for sure important. Programming languages, any one programming languages. If you guys are interested in Java, full.net, you can't just be a Java developer. You always needs to be a full stack developer. You need to be in. You should and able to be work on front end and back end also. Only full stack developers are having jobs here mostly, and recently DevOps is something uh, very not much but little jobs, and civil side people are having good jobs and very high paying jobs. If you guys are anyone from civil or mechanical also consider that civil thing also. Yeah, you will have that side jobs enough. And as I said, tech industry, finance and banking is what booming currently. So be prepared with the skills, and if you really want to work in some company, know what all these skills are required in that company, what are they using, what is happening. Accordingly you can upskill. If you're all, because I'm into finance banking side, most of the banking use AWS. So I wanted to land in banking side. So I prepared for AWS because I'm aware on AWS, and so I'm working on AWS. So that's how. If you want to do into healthcare, insurance and healthcare companies have a little different tech stack. Cloud will be common, but yeah, tech stack will be more on programming. That's all one thing. So that's how you get your job opportunities. I can go next. Jobs and internship portals are LinkedIn is 90%. That's the thing. LinkedIn is 90%, and their company's own career portals are also there. And Indeed, these are the top platforms. LinkedIn is only thing will help you to leverage your job. Everyone checks your LinkedIn even before a vendor calls you and asks, "Are you interested in this job? I have an opportunity." They go search your name on LinkedIn and check your profile. So put up your certifications, put up your experiences, put up every small thing, and do all the networking. If you are build your networking, like spend an hour at least in a week for on LinkedIn than spending hours on applying jobs after you graduate. Spend an every week an hour on LinkedIn, every 5 minutes, every day 5 minutes on your LinkedIn, so that you can be networking. So spend time on LinkedIn and build your profile, have more followers, have an interactive post and everything. Networking tip is that have all your connections from your university. If you have done your job in that, they will check your connections also. Background verifications are done very much on everything. So we check your everything on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is more important. Then comes your career portals, and then comes Indeed, and rest all adds up to only 2% of the jobs. So that is one thing. And universities will have career fairs. And if it's in that state, if in okay, I'm in Texas, I'm in Dallas. In Dallas we have only two companies. Like one is Verizon, one is Citibank, and we have American Airlines here. So you'll get only opportunities of these three companies only. Accordingly, state wise you'll have. That's how it is. So your selecting of your selecting of your university starts on your job thing. So be prepared. If you East Coast, obviously, if you go to California or New Jersey, New York, you'll have more companies, but it will be very costly. So if you do your master somewhere, your master's to university will also adds up to landing in your job. If you're doing in a good university with a good credit system, it will help you in landing a job. So they'll have a standard. Yes, many people will know from which university. The people who are hiring are not will know what university is, what happening, how people are there, what is career, what happens there, everything they are aware of, because they are interrelated. Only career fairs will happening where university will come and know that this is what we are having. If you are interested, you can apply. That's the only thing they'll be saying in on-campus when they come to campus. That will only happen for few universities also. So that are the always. I suggest you to start applying your jobs in the last semester. Build your everything ready in your by your second semester or third semester with your certificates, I'm saying. Yeah, that is one thing. We can go next. So personal security and job security, safety measures on off and on and off campus. As I said, no off campus jobs. So you have to not do anything off campus. It's illegal. Illegal will cost you leaving the country within 24 hours. So don't do that. You can just call 911. They'll help you. The emergency contact system is 911. Cops on campus, police cops are always watching you out. So there is so much of safety here. No ragging, no. All this will be no. Nothing will be there. You will face racism for sure. With Indian skin tone, you will face the racism. Not at a very higher level. Just here and there sometimes if someone is mad, but still we are good. No night shifts, and always carry your ID, any ID which is required. If, as I said, I-20, you'll have initially first I-20 and then you'll have continued I-20. If you can travel to India while you are doing your masters in your breaks, so you need to get an I-20 there. When it comes to workplace safety, your workplace is very, very safe. You won't even face racism at your workplace. Some mad people will do that. Don't consider it. Don't take it to your heart, guys. That's simple. You're here to work. You're here to upskill. You're here to earn money. That's the end of the story. Don't consider those people and don't fall into any traps or issues or any illegal activities or illegal jobs or any illegal things where you might have to leave the country within 24 hours. Don't do that. If it's just, if you get caught, you're done. That's how simple it is. The day you get caught, you're done. You might have your seniors and cousins telling that no, nothing will happen, this will happen, that no, guys, no, that is no. Because if you fall into that, and if you, no senior will help after you fall into issue, they'll guide. Because they did not got caught, they will guide. But no, as I am saying, I'm the person, since I have landed, I have never done an off campus job. That requires very strong mental stability, very strong financial balance, and very strong maturity to do that. You might easily get distracted, but stick to your goal. Don't do anything illegal. I can take questions here because you might have so many things here to ask, because you might be listening everything on Instagram. Yeah, as I said, mental health is almost, it's important to have mental stability. Avoid late night, guys. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, this is something be very important because immigration rules are very strict, job market is little tough, and education policies are also little. If it's a rule and it's a rule, you cannot change it. You cannot go ask your professor to pass him the subject. No, you can't do that. You cannot. If you get caught, you will be done. You will be going back to country. All legal. If because you enter the country legally, and if you do all legal things, you are good. No issues. No problem, and you can stay happily here and monitor the economic shifts where and what is happening, and don't need of worrying anything, because if you're staying legally and if you're doing everything legally, no one will come and take you home. So that's a simple thing, guys. Use insurance cards and everything. And also, if you have fall sick, on counter medicine is what suggested. Healthcare is very costly here. If you want, before flying, check everything in India and fly, because if you are prone to some any like sinus or asthma, here it will become little more, just as a tip, because of the weather. So get your checked medically before flying. Get vaccinations. There will be university specific vaccinations also, which will cost up, and then you can get it. Yes.
Yeah, one thing, like, even in my friends community, I've seen that people tend to carry medicines from India, like because they feel that okay, paracetamol and some basic allergies, cetirizine and all, I should carry. So is that legal? Is that good? Is that cool? Or is it something we have to stick to the doctors there in the host country?
Post, if you are already prone to some basic having a headache medicine, Dolo 650, and if anything, you will have those tablets here also, but with a different name, because you are very new initially, and if you fall sick immediately, you cannot go and get it, and it might not suit also. So just carry at least medicines, like basic medicines like headache, fever. Don't carry cough syrup for sure. Cough syrup will get you caught in airport itself. No syrups, only tablets. For handy, if you fall sick and if you can't, you will have an insurance card, because you after you uh, the day you enroll, you will have a insurance, so insurance will cover up everything. But healthcare is very costly. If you have an insurance, and if you are met with an accident or something, it will cover up, but you have to pay for it, and it's a trap of money. You will be paying it, so always be careful. One tip, guys: learn car driving in India. It's very cheap learning car driving there. Here they'll charge up to $60 per hour to learn the car, and you should have your own car to learn the car, so which is not possible. So again, it's a issue. Learn car in India and drive properly here. Know the rules, get your driving license and get the car. Handy medicines up to you are in India, go to your doctor, and if you get your medical checkup done. If you have prone to something, get your medicines with the prescription, so that you don't have issues in airport. And then comes to basic medication. On the counter medication you'll get here for most of the things, until and unless you broke a bone. You'll have medicines on counter here for everything. If something serious, you have to get admitted, which emergency help is very costly. On your student insurance, you can do it, but you will be repaying it after you get a job, or something will be happening there, which I'm exactly not aware. Because insurance, what I all heard is like, it will be covered immediately, but you will be paying extra next from that. That's all. In everywhere it is the same. We can go next. So cost of living, as I said, popular cities are cost up to $1,000 a month with shared accommodation. One rent is bigger expense. Compare the city wise cost before like choosing the university. And also groceries and meals can be optimized. And with smart shopping, because universities provide few things like canned food, You will miss home food, like you will miss seasonal Indian fruits, you'll miss so much of Indian food, which is okay for an extent. If you live in a city like famous cities, you will find everything, but if not, you won't find it. It will be a little costly. A dollar to INR ratio will be breaking you down in the initially, but that's okay, guys. It is literally just 2 months in this initial period, and you will be good enough. You'll get your on campus job, and you can spend your on campus money, part time money on your lifestyle. So I suggest to share on living shared accommodation in one bed, two people. That's a max you can stay. You might have heard many things, but no, one bed, two people is what I suggest, and we also stay in the same way. So that's what it's safe to stay also, and always have emergency fund of at least $1,000 so that you don't fall into the anything and you don't run out of money. So always have a credit card, but don't use it as it is something. And entertainment, you are here to explore the country. You are into a different country. You can travel. Public transport is everywhere, in every place. You can travel to amazing beautiful places, visit on weekends, go for a trek, go to a beach, go for cycling. Most of these things are provided freely also in many places. You can travel. And be very good with your finances, very very good with your finances, so that you don't have, I'm saying so much time be good with your finances is because I've seen people going into the debt trap and the loan trap, and you will be suffering a lot, which you don't want to happen that. So be very careful. You will enjoy the nature here in any other country, like beaches, every, because everything looks very very clean. You will enjoy them. So cost of living is very according to your budget and financial planning. You can live, and the place where you stay also matters. So to next to go with Q&A, I'm you are open, and have covered a lot of things from visas, work options, and all health and everything in between. I know by now you might be like with a mix of things. What is, yeah, but still, if you have like simple questions like, will I miss, what if I feel homesick, or what will I can do? Can I stay on Maggie and eat on Maggie, or will I able to find something? I can answer all your questions, and it's no questions are too small or too big. I'm open for that, and I can, and thank you team for this, and I'm open for today's Q&A.
Okay, so once you reach there, it's a new country, new people. So it's obvious that anybody would feel a little out of place and have that imposter syndrome. So how did you tackle with that?
You will be feeling a little out of place for a few days. You might be feeling homesick, because mostly we prefer staying in the initial days with our own, with our known people, at least from same land. If you're from, if you speak Telugu people, you will be staying with the Telugu people. You will find at least one person, so that you don't feel more out of place initially. Something initially feeling overwhelmed is obviously normal, because you will have everything will looks different, temperature is different, weather is different, you'll miss your parents, the food will feel bland. So everything will be happening, that roller coaster will be happening. So yeah, you can deal it. You will have on campus thing, on campus mental health services will help you with that also. You can seek help from them also.
Yeah, since you've been in the USA, I believe you might be able to compare it with other countries as well. So, in your opinion, which other countries offer similar or even better opportunities?
I heard Australia offers similar opportunities as United States, and I'm not sure on Europe countries because the cost of your education is way higher than the job market situation there, where will its job market is very very tough there on European countries. Canada is also facing the similar issue. So currently, I would say United States and Australia is something which are at least stable enough to come and try your prime age.
Okay, what about recommendation letters, or if you have anybody there, like your relatives or your anybody known, how far will they be helpful to you?
To get a job or to get into university?
Both.
To get into university, if you say in your visa that I have my cousin here, your visa will be rejected, guys. So don't say that you know anyone from by your blood or anything in United States. For job references, yeah, if they are in a very good position in their own job and their job is very secure enough, and if they are able enough to give you a reference, not the consulting firms, I'm saying working to a client thing, if they are enough, then that will be helpful. At least you will be considered more quicker than other people. So having a recommendation will help, but to an extent, until unless you don't crack your technical interview, they will not consider even the recommendation.
Okay, that answers my question. Thank you.
Thank you. I can still take questions, guys. If you We can off the record and you can guys can talk also in Telugu.
Yeah, we hear that there are even fake universities. So how can we know that?
Yeah, that fake university situation will happen when you completely believe your consulting firm and you don't do your basic research, then you might fall into that. uh, as fake universities are very less now because of the political situation here. Always get to know, you can open the LinkedIn and search the university, and if you find really people doing there and they're landing in a job, then yeah, you can do that research in that way. You won't land up in a university unless your consulting firm pushed you.
Okay, thank you.
What about LORs?
LORs are given by your undergraduation professors like HOD, and two senior professors will recommend you as you have done so and so good in your subject. So maintain your relations with your final year professors and HOD, so they'll give you a good LOR.
Thank you. Apart from our faculties, can we consider any other people?
Or no, because they'll check your undergraduation academics, because they see the subjects and the LOR.
Okay.
If you have done your internship or job, then again that comes, and because you'll be whatever you put the papers, that LORs are only considered.
Yeah, actually, I'm asking for something related to that.
Yeah, if you are doing a job and if your manager can give you an LOR, then that's good, because you will anyway put up your job experience, right?
Mhm.
I am unable to hear you.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, yeah, Shankar.
Like, if you don't mind, could you tell how did you land your first job in US after graduation?
After graduation, it took around almost 3 to 6 months for me to land in Capital One, because interview process only took for me for 2 months, one by one, like too many interviews. So it took 2 months. That as I said, here you won't be working directly to the client. You will have vendor companies in the between. So you will be reaching out to your vendor companies to ask them. Like vendor companies are those like Cognizant, TCS, like Capgemini, Accenture, all these companies. You will reach out to them, and if they have any position and if your resume matches to them, apply to that, and then they will guide you to the client. Applying through career portals and LinkedIn and calling your recruiters will help you. Next question.
Yeah, like what about the FTs? Like they'll say no, like we need to have a fixed bank account.
Yeah, the fixed deposits are uh, to support your education, so that you will say that this all money I'll be using to complete my masters. So that is required. You can't just deposit that money and remove them after 6 months. But how will you support your education matters. So until and unless you can support your education after your visa is done, and after landing here, getting your continued attendance I-20, you can adjust those money. I think we can wrap it up. Okay, guys, thank you for this. Thank you for this amazing opportunity. I'm thinking that I gave you enough uh, information. So I'm thinking also grateful for this, and I'm thinking I'll be helpful enough for you, at least to guide enough. I did not had this guidance when I was trying for my masters. I had to figure it out everything. So I thought I should do this because basic questions will help you at least to remove any fake information. So that's why I was here, and I'm so grateful, and it's an amazing team, guys. Because I check always the Instagram pages and what's happening with SPECANCIENS, because I worked there for 5 years. So I know what it values and what it feels amazing to be there. So you can still reach out to me on Instagram and ask any questions if you need any help while starting your application process. I can pull out some time and I can tell you, and I'll be a very good alumni. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. If you have still anything, you can reach out to me.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you
so
so much, Samhita, for taking the time to share your thoughts and experience. And it is truly appreciable. Like your insights are really great, and it helped our to broaden our perspective in terms of study abroad. Thanks for taking this time and giving a good insights. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Bye bye.